I'm going to talk about Iris actually, as much as the Bio Ladies Network, because I think being as it's the 5th anniversary, and I know a lot of you obviously know her well, but there's probably some that don't really know how the Bio Ladies began. So, and I will apologise in advance because some of the names I'm not sure that I can pronounce them properly, especially Agni. Is it, how do you pronounce your name, Agni? Or can I call you Aggie or something?
Or you can just call me Agnes, which is the English version.
Thank you. Right. Right, okay. How did the Bio Ladies begin? Well, it all started with Iris. Iris is the founder and an amazing woman, which I think we'll all agree. Yeah, yes, yes. She's worked for a civil servant in areas of renewable fuels and materials for about 11 years, I think I'm right. Yeah. And in 2013, when she was sort of head of innovation at DEC, she was seconded to it's East Anglia, University of East Anglia. I think, and then she worked alongside Brenda, am I right? Brenda, Agnes, I have a little list of your names I put here. Was it Beatrix? Beatrix? Yeah, if you're all there. And you worked on collaborative projects, really between industry and academia, involving renewable materials and bioenergy, which is obviously Iris's main area of interest. She also, I think she also met Brenda. Sorry, hello? Can you hear me okay? Yep. She also met Brenda, Bianca and Agnes and, is it Gilu? Yeah, Gilu, where's Gilu? Is she there? Oh yes, she's there, right. And you had many discussions, and I know you had many meetings over coffee and food, and started to discuss, you know, those concerns about climate change that we all have and the environment, and how you could support bioindustries. Many of those businesses really, I think, tend to be quite small, and it's difficult for them to get that support, and especially funding and information and help, you know, by sharing all their concerns or you know what their needs are with other people. I think by the time you drunk loads of coffee, you'd obviously managed to decide how you could work with this and help people. And I think Iris's idea was to sort of to set up some organization, and I think she probably, from the point of view of being a Bio Ladies, I think she was finding also that a lot of the ladies that she was getting to know also struggled to sort of make any headway in some of the businesses they were working in. They were bio industry, but they were sort of like the glass ceiling. And although they were well qualified, they wouldn't necessarily have the chance of promotion like some of the men did. So I think it was really important to Iris to support the women. And although we do have bio lads as well, a few of them, one of them we've just met, and we have a few others, but basically I think it was set up for women so that women could support each other in this industry. In 2014, Iris returned to DEC, and in June 2015, she was awarded a BEM in the Queen's Birthdays Honours List for her work in and her voluntary diversity work in the government. She was actually, she set up quite a few networks for sort of ethnic minorities and you know, race, religion, and that's what she was acknowledged for. So well done, Iris, and she is an amazing lady. Fantastic. But also, oh, she's going to go all like, also for 30 years, she's volunteered and been involved in several networks. And she also gets involved in charities. And maybe you all know this, I don't know. But she cooks some amazing food for local homeless people, which are down the road from you in London, I think that's right. And I've actually had FaceTime with Iris when she's been in the kitchen, stirring great big pots of stew and making fantastic pasties. And she is a very good cook. I think it's her background. I think food is a really important thing to Iris. If ever you want to go, if you ever go to her, she likes to feed you up. You have to have food. It's important. So I think that these homeless people do very well when they get Iris's food, which looks amazing. And she's also supports the Felix Project, which is, if people probably know about it, but if not, it's where a lot of the supermarkets and the big companies, the big food distributors, when they've got food that's gone out of date, they send it to this warehouse where Iris is one of the packers that pack up the meals to send to, I think they go to sort of homes, they go to schools, they go to people who need that food. And I think she's even been known to go in the vans and deliver it as well. So she doesn't just do her Bio Ladies, and she's also involved in, she's been working with funding in the EU, and she continues to be an external evaluator for that. So she's a very busy lady. I don't know how she manages it, actually. It's amazing. But yeah, so in 2006, she actually thought that all of this knowledge that she'd gained over the years at DEC, she could now use it in a different way. And she took early retirement from DEC and decided that she was going to go ahead with things and get more involved in the sort of networking events. But her friendship with Beatrix and Lilia, Brenda, Bianca and Agnes and Gilu continued, and they met regularly for more meals and more coffees, which is always revolves around food with Iris. When I wasn't very well once, she actually came all the way from London with one of her fantastic stews on the train in a big pot. And made me sit down while she warmed it up and fed me and made me feel a lot better. So I think that's what she tends to do all the time. So yes, so anyway, eventually other ladies began to join her, and she was this became a bigger thing. And then she realized that it was becoming really helpful for these women to actually be able to share their knowledge, their experiences, their challenges, aspirations and opportunities, while also promoting personal development. And also, I think it was a kind of mentoring for women as well. And and she tells me yesterday that she did the first newsletter on the 31st of March 2016, which is why we're here today, because it's the 5th anniversary of the Bio Ladies. And she then called the group the Bio Ladies from then on. Just to give you an update on membership, which Iris gave me yesterday, I shall read these out because I wouldn't remember all these. She said the members totals in 2016 was 26, in 2017 was 33, in 2018 a huge jump to 138 members, just another 100 during that year. 2019, nearly another 100 to 234. And right now, not now, in 2020, last year was 308. And today, 5 years on, there are now 328 Bio Ladies and a few Bio Lads too, just for the diversity. Yes. And during the time, this is the statistics I thought I'd get out of her. During that time, the Bio Ladies have had 34 events. And over the last year, obviously, some of those have been virtual events. And it's included 94 speakers. So Bio Ladies have actually, talked about their industry to each other at these events, 94 different areas as well. It's just amazing. I mean, that's just incredible, I think. And COVID, as I say, didn't stop. And there were quite a few events that I think were very successful over the lockdowns. So it's just amazing how it's all sort of grown, and it's all because of Iris and her just her tenacity to stick at things, and her absolute love for what she does. I mean, she's just amazing, and she's you can hide if you wish, Iris. Okay, so I'm going to finish there, and I think it's Brenda next. But I'm just going to say, Iris.
Yeah.
You are a truly amazing woman, and we really thank you for everything you've done and continue to do for the environment and for supporting and mentoring all these Bio Ladies. And you give us all that
much. And you're making me blush, honestly.
No, and I would have really like this to have been a not a virtual event, but it's working, and we will have one, like Ira said, we'll have a huge one. And I'd like you all to clap hands, but I don't know how we can do it. So yeah, we're all